All right. Let's get back to it. Let's figure out what order I want to do these in. So if I finish, I think I finished up this area. So I think I'm just gonna go through each of the areas in the order that we did them. So I believe there's an overworld one over in this area, and then of course there's a blue quest there. Let's go ahead and teleport to this ley node. And then we'll head out and take the zipline over to the southwest area. Okay. Should be on this one here. No, that's the gardens. I want the canal town. That's right. Okay, let's check the Aether compass. West. Okay, good. This is where we need to be. And the blue quest is a little annoying to navigate. Go ahead and head over and pick up the blue quest first. Maybe we'll run into the Aether current on the way over there. In fact, while we're running over there, let me try and open up the Aether current map so I can get an idea of exactly where they are. Okay, it is here, I think. Hold on. This is, yeah, right about here. So we'll grab the blue quest first, and then we'll go ahead and grab that. So I believe the excuse that they gave for the blue quests was that they are souls who still have extreme lingering regrets or like desires. So let's see what this first person has. See what they need us to do. I thought that was that was the person we need, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Tenacious tour guide. Interesting. What regret do you have? Well wishing at the wishing well. The tenacious tour guide appears to have some unfinished business. You'll never guess what just happened. There I was, right in the middle of one of my tours, and my customers just up and vanished. How do you have customers if you don't have money? And whatever. There's nothing worse than not being able to see something through to the end. Well, okay, I guess that's a lingering regret. I need to do something with all this pent-up pep. I guess you can give me a tour, you know, taking me right over to the Aether current. Also, it looks like there's like other side quests here, so I guess they are also lingering regrets. Hey, whatever. I don't think I've ever given you a tour, so how about it? I promise I won't take up too much of your time. I sure hope not. Now, Canal Town wouldn't be Canal Town without its water, and where better to dip your toes into the local history than in two of our storied fountains? Come, I'll be waiting for you by the font of devotion. Are you supposed to be showing me around? Also, aren't all the fountains dried up now? You know what, I'm just gonna take a detour. No, I'm not, because there's still the chance that he'll take us over there. Yeah, didn't they already show that these fountains were... Oh, I guess this is the one that we fixed, right? But the water was made from electrope, and we turned off everything. Yeah, whatever. Just go with it. There you are. For such an obliging participant, I'll have to pull out all the stops. Please don't. According to the legends, there are two water sources imbued with mystical properties in Canal Town. The first being this fountain right here. They say that a mere mouthful is enough to fill you with vim and vigor. I'd rather not drink from a public fountain. Given that the town prides itself as a resort of revitalization, there could hardly be a more fitting fountain. Whether you believe the old tales about its healing waters is another matter, ahem. Myths and are myths after all. I hope you aren't too disappointed. Nevertheless, though its waters may be decidedly mundane, the font still lives up to its name. Over the years, crowds have flocked to the fountain, invariably leaving soothed and refreshed. For those who display such devotion, perhaps there is something to be gained from a gulp or two. Again, I'd rather not drink from a public fountain. I hope that whet your appetite, because another fountain awaits. Come and find me on the eastern side of town. Alright, let's head on over there. And again, it's not by the Aether current. How nice. It's not like this is an interesting tour. Also, I've on the other Aether currents, other Aether current quests, I've been like speculating to see like if they'll continue on from anything. This one's probably not going to continue on. Excellent. Allow me to continue. Please don't. You stand before another storied fountain. These waters are said to bring happiness to whoever tosses in a coin. Now that I can get behind, except for the fact that I have to give up a coin. I don't really want to give up my 113 million gil. And if you are already blessed with happiness, I'm sure a different wish wouldn't go unanswered. Plenty of folk used to do just that in days gone by. Are the legends to be believed? Well, there's only one way to find out. Here, take this coin and make a wish. Oh, okay. In that case, I'll be happy to. Wishing spot. Toss the coin into the fountain and make your wish. Right-click use. Right-click toss. Oh, okay, that's the end. I know I ought not to ask, but what did you wish for? And you'd shut up? To get done what needs getting done. The strength to help as many people as I possibly can. For this journey to never... No, please don't end. It's a secret. Yeah, let's be funny. A secret? Haha, don't worry. I won't try and force it out of you. So instead I'm just gonna stare at you awkwardly. You know, I've given this tour countless times, but not once have I made a wish myself. And not because I pour scorn on the legends or anything like that. I just never got around to it. But thanks to you, I got to finish my tour. To mark the occasion, I think I might just toss a coin in. Now, as for my wish... If I had another chance at life, I'd want to connect with as many people as I could through my job. I worked here as a tour guide in my former life too. Before it became a home for the endless, living memory was open to living, breathing folk seeking relaxation and revelry. Those all mean different things, I think. Boy, did I guide a lot of people back then. I never tired of sharing my knowledge and hearing visitors' wonderful stories. I suppose that's why I took up the same job as an endless, and I'm proud of that, proud of staying true to myself. Ah, but you didn't come to hear me harp about my life. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. Right. Here's hoping our wishes come true. Farewell, my final customer. You know, as salty as I was being there, that was kind of nice. Oh, and there go the coins. There's one down, let's go grab the overworld one, and then we'll head on over to the second zone. Let's see, I can't just like jump over this, right? Oh, I can. Okay, well that makes things a little easier to traverse. I thought it was gonna like purposely block you off so that you couldn't actually get there. Okay, so it looks like, I don't know how much of a shortcut this will end up being. Especially since I have to be up on that bridge. Yeah, whatever. This is the Aether current I need, right? South, yes. Okay, good. Should be right there. Yep. That should take care of this area. I'll double check once we get this one. Alright, let's check the Aether current compass. East. Yep, that's definitely in the second area. Go and teleport back to the main lane node. And yeah, so the one that we didn't get is like right here. So go ahead and pick up the blue quest. And then we'll be able to, and then we'll go ahead and grab that overworld one. I think I got, no, I probably didn't get close enough to pick up this one. Okay, so the blue quest is right over here. See if we're going to avoid getting attacked by anything. Like this outrunner. I wonder what this one is going to be. Probably like a... If the last one was a tour guide, then I wonder if this is going to be another person who really likes his job. Unless it's a kid. It could be a kid, because I remember there were a lot of children around in this area. Lively Lassie. Yep, it's a kid. Perplexing puzzles, endless fun. The lively lass is looking for a playmate. Hey miss, can you believe it? I just finished setting up a brand new game for my friends, and they've only gone and disappeared, and you're not concerned about that? Unbelievable! It took me ages to think of all the clues and hide them around town. I guess it was all for nothing. I guess I'll do it. Hold on, I've got an idea. Why don't you give it a go, I guess? Trust me, you'll have a great time. Okay, here's the first riddle. By yesterday's gate stands a tiny mountain piled high. See if you can figure out where I've hidden the next clue. I wonder if there'll just be a quest marker for it. Yeah, there's just a quest marker for it. While we're here, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the thing, because it should be like right here. Yes, northeast. Okay, it should be on the other side here. Oh, it's like, there's like a pirate. No, it's a Ferris wheel. Okay. There, it is right between the two Ferris wheels. Also, that seems like a hazard. So that should be the only overworld one here. Let me double check. I think we got the other two. North, yeah, the next one's gonna be over, probably the one that we saw at the very beginning. Or the one that I pointed out at the very beginning. Let's head on over and find and solve this kid's riddle. Yeah, it occurred to me just before I saw her that it's probably a kid, since we saw a lot of children in this area. Which, as they pointed out, it's kind of sad, because the people in living memory, it seemed like they speculated that their appearance was based off of the best point in their lives. And if the best is, then that means either they died as kids, or that they never had anything better in their lives. Anyway, let's see if the stack of crates is what we're looking for. Find hidden scrap of parchment inscribed with the next clue. Interesting. Congratulations on solving the first riddle. Here's the next clue. 4 lamps loom over streets of glass, but only one true light shines on Her Majesty. Alright, I guess I'll go to the convenient orange. Okay, so if one shines on Her Majesty, it's probably referring to that. It's probably the only one that's like pointing up, or I can't tell. Are these exactly the same? Well, I guess this is the one in the direction of that. It's probably going to be one of these two then. You find a hidden scrap of parchment inscribed with the next clue. Yep, I was right. Great job solving the second riddle. Here's the next clue. Over the river in sight of the spiral, behind the pointy hat hide the shrubs you seek. Okay, I guess let's head over to the next orange circle. So we gotta head up for this one. Guess I'll head up the side with the slope then. Oh, there's another kid there. Okay, yeah. It said that there were it didn't occur to me that there might just be side quests that are left over there. And not just blue quests. I was thinking it was only blue quests. This is where Otis was practicing his lines. Yeah. Okay, so it said behind something are the shrubs you seek. So maybe over here? Oh no, that's out of the circle. Let's see. There it is. I want a shrubbery. You find a hidden scrap of parchment inscribed with the next clue. You're a dab hand at this. Just one final clue to go. The princess awaits your return. P.S. You'll also need the password. I want to be your canary. I'd rather not be your canary. I'd rather not die, you know, from poisonous gas. Alright, so where are we headed? Okay, up the slope again. The winding slopes. Again, the next one is north, right? Yeah, it's in the third zone. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. It's probably going to be up the path that I pointed out, or at least that's one of the Aether currents that we need to get. Because I think I gotta walk like all the way around here to get up here, which is kind of annoying. Oh, whatever. Anyway, let's go and talk to Lively Lass and wrap this up. Whoa, you found me! I'm guessing you know the password, right? I don't want to be your canary. Amazing! You passed with flying colors. Now that you've finished, I thought I'd tell you how I came up with my clues. The first clue was, by yesterday's gate stands a tiny mountain piled high. Of course, I meant the entrance to Yesterland and the stacks of crates a few steps away. There was one kid who used to hang around by the gate and make sure any newcomers quickly got the lie of the land. Pretty nice of them, right? Alright, time for the next one. The 4 lamps looming over the streets of glass, well, they're the streetlights by the star glass. The bit about one true light shining over Her Majesty is because you were supposed to look for the street lamp closest to the Meso terminal. Well, yeah, that's what I did. From here, you can see Queen Sphene's statue from in between the air cab and rails. Quite the sight, huh? Yes, it looks just like Sphene. For the third part of the puzzle, my clue was over the river in the sight of the spiral. Behind the pointy hat hide the shrubs you seek. The river I'm talking about is the old Electrope River, and the spiral is the air cab station staircase. And the pointy hat? Easy. That's the building with the funny shaped roof. Whenever we used to play hide and seek, it was always a popular spot. I figured it'd be a great place to leave a clue. The last clue about the princess waiting for your return, well, I wrote that because princesses live in castles, and that's where I was waiting. I bet you're dying to hear about the password too, right? Not really. I want to be your canary. It's the code we'd use when we needed to keep something secret. It's the title of an old play about a princess who falls in love with a commoner. And the great thing about this game, it's not just about having fun, it's also a great introduction to Yesterland for everyone who's just arrived. Everyone knows that the Bergamar ring and the Esperance wheels, don't they? I want to take folks off the beaten trail and make sure they've learned our password. Although I guess I won't need it anymore. Still, I'm glad you played my game, miss. I think I'll go for a last wander around the place. It's been fun. Thank you. Guess they didn't want to show a child disappearing, even though I think they showed plenty of children disappearing earlier. Alright, I think the next one is north. Yes, that's the next area. Let's go ahead and teleport back to the main node again and take the zip line. This one was the volcano. I believe this is where we found Kryle's parents. Should be on this one right here. Yeah, I assume this is the volcano, and it says Assail Volcano. Alright, so I know that there's one, like, right here. And then what else does the map say? Yeah, so we got the other two. We made sure to get the other two, but then that was the one I missed. And so that, I believe that we only had 3 more overworld ones, so that should be, yes, that's the last one. Let's go ahead and do the blue quests that are here. And of course that one's like all the way through the thing, so whatever. We'll go ahead and, I guess I could just teleport, yeah, I'll go ahead and teleport here, and then I'll go ahead and take this blue quest first. Okay, this way. Alright, exhausted engineer. Blueprint protocol. The exhausted engineer requires the aid of a sharp-eyed individual. All I wanted was a relaxing reprieve in Opal Springs. Never thought it would come to this. I've misplaced something precious to me, you see. A set of blueprints. I suspected I'd dropped them on my way to the springs, but everyone suddenly disappeared as I was retracing my steps. Oops, sorry about that. I was so absorbed in my search, I couldn't even vanish with them. Forgive me my boldness, but you seem a generous sort, and I'm sorely in need of help. Find what I'm after, and I'll make it worth your while. Ma'am, if you were a bun girl, then yes, I would accept this, but seeing as you are a Lala, no thanks. Not interested. Before my soak, I paid a visit to the Arena of Valor, so I'll leave that area to you. For my part, I plan to scour the springs one more time. So of course we're gonna go ahead and just find it. Alright, let's head back over to the arena. Yeah, so if we didn't get the Aether Current, there was an Aether Current right here. If we hadn't gotten it, then I would just go ahead and get it right now. Alright, let's see one of the destinations over there. Is it actually a destination this time? Nope. Arena advertisement. Will this actually, do I actually need to get this? Fighting familiars! Wood versus solid gold! Will Malala tradition triumph? Or will modernity take its mark in this monumental match? This appears to be a list of matches from the Arena of Valor. While the illustration of the clashing familiars catches your eye, it's a far cry from what you're after. Okay, so I guess I want to go ahead and get each one of those just for the funny dialogue. Looks like the other one should be around the corner here, and I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the one that's the farthest is the one that I'm actually looking for. Yeah, it's probably not an ice cream illustration. Need a frigid treat to beat the heat? Shock and awe your taste buds with volcanic lightning. A new flavor of frozen delight that's got customers asking, how can something be hot and be so cool? Though the ice cream sounds dangerously delightful, this advertisement makes no mention of anything remotely architectural. These are not the blueprints you seek, are you sure? Because it sounds like the one I'm seeking. They made edible icy hot. Oh wait, that's trademarked. Okay, looks like I see the text through the wall. So I need to go through here and head up the steps. Yeah, there it is. Detailed documentation. A massive tower crowned with a statue of a golden woman is mapped out in painstaking detail. These appear to be the blueprints to the Meso terminal. Interesting. We could probably keep those and use them. The blueprints likely belong to the exhausted engineer. It would be best to return to Opal Springs and deliver them to her. Do I have to? It sounds like we could use those. Alright, I'll go ahead and teleport to the lay node to save a tiny bit of time. Let's see, there you are. Exhausted engineer. I searched every nook and cranny for those blueprints, but I've not found a single scattered sheet. I don't know where else they could have ended up. Please tell me you managed to track them down. I sure did. Can you give me a copy? We could probably use this. Oh, my blueprints! My dear sweet blueprints! How I've missed you! Okay. That's a bit odd. I just knew I dropped these on my stroll. Thank you ever so much for retrieving them. Did you make that? Doesn't really look like Sphene, to be honest. When we first began development on the Meso terminal, I drafted these blueprints for its design. If you can believe it, the finished product is the work of yours truly. I mean, it is quite impressive, even if it doesn't look like Sphene at all. Well, to be fair, the concept wasn't entirely of my own making. I have Malala folklore to thank for its creation. According to said folklore, we Malala were refugees from another world. Yeah, we learned that. Our ancestors once believed in sun-kissed paradise by the sea. That is, until those very seas began to freeze and calamity engulfed everything in its path. Under the protection of the Great Speaker, my ancestors were guided into this world and left in their homeland a towering statue of their savior. The Speaker was a compassionate and selfless soul, sacrificing all she had to save her people, not unlike Queen Sphene, no? With the legend of the Speaker as my inspiration, I incorporated Her Majesty's beauteous visage into the top of the terminal, forever at the heart of our city. A flawless idea if I do say so myself, except it doesn't look like her at all. I gave everything, my passion, my time, my love of country, to see these blueprints given shape. They aren't merely pieces of parchment, they're my life's work, personified. Just like a Lala to put their entire life into material possessions. Yet, I nearly left them to rot in the arena of valor. I would be laughing this off if I weren't so furious with myself. But what's important is that you've brought them back, and I owe you a great debt. At this rate, I may never meet Her Majesty face to face. All I wish to do now is gaze upon her glorious image before I fade away. You have my thanks, stranger. May fortune favor you always. Alright, that's another one down. One more quest and one more Aether current. Alright, that quest should be up north here. Let's go ahead and pick it up. Let's see. Restless Malala. Volcanic disruptions. The Restless Malala is fearing the worst, and don't worry, it's not going to explode. Oops, still zoomed in. You, yes you, with the weapon. Pardon my candor, but you must accompany me to the Matchlock I can never say this right. Menagerie, that's right. Menagerie, this instant! What? No, I'm not asking you on a leisurely outing. I'm asking you to save innocent lives. I spied a trio of volcanic scorpions stalking after some defenseless animal. Were I to vanish and allow the scorpions to prey upon those creatures, I'd never forgive myself. We must make for the menagerie and defend them, no matter the cost. Right. Obviously, I can't chase off a nest of hungry pests alone. I require strength, specifically your strength. Step lively then. We've no time to lose. Right. I mean, if I get to kill things, then sure. Also, nice. It actually I gets to go up through this area, and that's where the Aether current is. So I'll make sure I'm gonna go through the right path, because I'm actually curious. Yeah, I think when I was heading back up here, the right path actually takes you up to a bit up the steps, the winding staircase that's here. So I'm actually interested to see, like, how much of the staircase it lets you skip. Okay, so yeah, that takes you up a little bit through the spiral staircase. So I guess it might be ever so slightly faster, but you still gotta go up 2 levels. Except this isn't where I need to go. Wait. Can I just jump off this? No, I can't. Okay, I didn't think I could, because it's like the bottom pit that you can't actually get there. So where do I need to go? Apparently I don't need to go up to this level. Well, so much for saving time. Okay, the door I need to go out of is there. Yes, okay. Okay, so the last Aether current is over in this area. It's like around the corner. But first, let's go ahead and talk to the Restless Lala, Milala. They're different. I saw them. I saw the scorpions. They're closing in on 2 tiny critters as we speak. Those volcanic monstrosities terrify me. But what terrifies me more is knowing what they'll do to their quarry if we don't act swiftly. We? Didn't you just say, "Oh, we're not, little ones. I'm on my way." Okay. South. Okay, well, I mean, I know it's over here. Because I could actually see it when we were up on the platform by the terminal when we started the stream. But also it looks like this is where the party's happening. Because this is also where we need to go. Yep, there's the Aether current. Let's go ahead and kill some scorpions. There we go. What little critters? Are you the little critter? I don't see anything around here. Gods, I thought that was the end of me. That took every drop of courage I could muster. Thankfully, little ones managed to escape without a scratch. Right. I ought to find them and lead them to the entrance before the other scorpions catch us in their sight. I'll meet you back there when all is well. Alright, let's go ahead and get this Aether current. And then wrap up this last quest. Alright, one more. Just gotta turn this one in, and then we'll be all done. Looks like I've discovered pretty much all the areas around here, too. Well, let's head on over to the Milala. It's a Lala, not a Milala. It's a Milala, not a Lala. Are we actually gonna see the little critters, or is it gonna be like, I escorted them away? Okay, looks like he already escorted them away. How weird. You, my weapon-wielding friend, are a lifesaver. I've realized this all escalated rather quickly, but you performed admirably under the pressure. I mean, that's literally my job. To tell you the truth, I have a bit of history with these scorpions. In my previous life, I was tasked with introducing new and exciting creatures into Matchlock Menagerie, that our guests might know the wonders of the animal kingdom. This is probably a part that they intended to include in the story, but they completely cut because they already padded living memory enough. As one might expect, the prospect of scorpions posed a great risk, and we often argued with upper management as to whether keeping them would be worth the cost. In the end, however, the manager's curator ordered us to take them in. Oh, menageries, okay. Supposedly, scorpion-based vodka was a popular delicacy in Alexandria before the war. The higher-ups sought to recreate those drinks and share them with the masses by way of a new exhibit. Time passed, and I finally returned as an endless, only to discover the menagerie in shambles. Those thrice-damned scorpions have the run of the place now. I should have argued against the curator's plan when I had the chance. I should never have agreed to that terrible exhibit. No matter how hard I tried to let things go, those pangs of regret never abated. So when I spotted those innocent creatures wandering into the menagerie, I felt obligated to return, to save what little I could. Thanks to you, my conscience is clear, and our fuzzy new friends are none the worse for wear. Ah, there they are. Baby capybaras. Or whatever they called them. Did those two originally belong to the menagerie? Perhaps these little ones were seeking out some hot springs. Yep, they just wanted to go and vibe. You may be onto something. Some species do love a good soak. If that's the case, they might have lost their way on the road to Opal Springs. Regardless, I can rest easy in the knowledge that those two will have each other, even when I'm long gone. I should be able to escort them to safety from here. You have my deepest gratitude, and presumably theirs as well. They just love the way they just hop like that. All right. And living memory. Aether current attunement complete. Nice. We've got flying here. That'll make it a little easier to get through. And that's also all the Endwalker Aether currents. That'll make things a little bit easier when I need to fly over here.